Would you risk your entire career just to get a leg up on the competition? For these famous athletes, the answer was yes. From baseball stars, corking bats, to cyclists doping up, cheating scandals have rocked the sports world. In this video, I'll walk you through the most shocking cases of sports stars caught red-handed cheating their way to the top. You'll find out how they pulled off their schemes and the consequences that came crashing down. Stick around to the end to discover which disgraced legend lost nearly 100 awards for their deceit. Their epic fall from grace will leave you speechless. Let's pull back the curtain on the shady side of sports glory. Winning isn't everything, but for some star athletes, it's the only thing. The pressure and temptation to gain an illegal competitive edge has led many famous players down the path to cheating. Getting caught not only jeopardizes their careers, but also casts a permanent dark cloud over their legacies. In this video, we'll look at some of the most astonishing cases of sports figures who got caught cheating. Examining both their methods and motives gives insight into the win-at-all-costs mentality. Their stories serve as cautionary tales of just how far athletes will go to gain even the slightest advantage over their rivals. Our first story revolves around Dwight Howard, a professional basketball player who made use of a substance known as stickum during a game. Stickum is a glue-like material once popular among wide receivers and defensive backs in American football to get a better grip on the ball. While stickum is illegal in the NBA, Howard went unnoticed by the officials and faced no fines or reprimands for his actions. He even openly admitted to using it for years. This story raises questions about the advantages stickum could offer in basketball and why it went unpunished. Next on our list is the tale of Tony Romo, who found himself in a rather comical situation during a football game. After a run by the Dallas Cowboys running back, DeMarco Murray, which fell just short of the first down marker, Romo decided to nudge the ball forward with his foot. However, this act was immediately spotted, and the ball was promptly returned to its original position. Romo, with a smirk, jokingly claimed he hoped no one saw it and that it was all in good fun. But what exactly was his intention? We take a trip to the ice rink to discuss Marty McSorley, a defenseman for the Los Angeles Kings in the 1993 Stanley Cup Final. During a game, Montreal Canadiens head coach Jacques Demers requested an inspection of McSorley's hockey stick, suspecting it was illegal. This hunch turned out to be true as the stick was found to have a curve that exceeded the NHL's limits. McSorley was penalized for unsportsmanlike conduct, and this incident is believed to have been a turning point in the series, eventually leading to the Canadiens' victory. McSorley admitted to wrongdoing, but claimed the Canadiens knew he was using an illegal stick beforehand. Was this a premeditated plan by the Canadiens, or was it merely a fortunate discovery? Now let's move to baseball, where an incident involving Will Smith, not the actor, but the relief pitcher for the Atlanta Braves, took place. In a game against the Milwaukee Brewers, Smith's arm was found to have a suspicious substance that glistened. Upon further inspection, umpires ejected Smith from the game. Smith claimed the substance was rosin and sunscreen, intended to help him get a better grip on the ball. However, the umpires weren't convinced, leading to an 8-game suspension for Smith. The question here is whether Smith's intentions were genuinely innocent as he claimed, or was this a blatant attempt to gain an unfair advantage? We uncover the scandal involving the Houston Astros, an MLB team that took cheating to a whole new level. The Astros used unauthorized electronic equipment to decode the signs made by opposing team catchers during games. They relayed this information to their players through banging noises on a trash can, which were clearly audible on live television. This elaborate system continued until their eventual exposure in 2019. To make matters worse, the players involved in the scheme seemed unapologetic for their actions. Now let's take a look at an incident involving the art of flopping in soccer. In a match between Brazil and Turkey at the 2002 World Cup, Rivaldo, a Brazilian player, was hit by the ball on his shin, but he fell to the ground clutching his face as if struck there. His actions led to a Turkish player being sent off with a red card. However, upon review by the World Cup's disciplinary committee, it was determined that Rivaldo had exaggerated the impact and was subsequently fined for his actions. Rivaldo later admitted to flopping, but argued that the Turkish player should have been sent off regardless. This story raises questions about the ethics of using deception in sports. We have the case of Simon Dyson, a golfer who was caught using his golf ball to press down a spike mark in the line of a putt during the 2013 BMW Masters tournament in Shanghai. He also failed to add a 2-shot penalty to his scorecard. Dyson was disqualified from the tournament, and the incident led to fines and suspensions. Dyson apologized but didn't fully admit to wrongdoing, labeling it an accidental mistake. The question here is whether this was an intentional act or a genuine mistake. We introduce you to Patrick Reed, a golfer who has faced accusations of cheating on multiple occasions. One of the most notorious incidents occurred during the 2019 Hero World Challenge. Reed was caught on camera improving his lie in a bunker during a practice swing. He was penalized 2 strokes for his actions. Reed's history of questionable actions has led to him being considered one of the most disliked athletes in golf. The question arises, was this another example of Reed's unsportsmanlike behavior, or was it a genuine mistake as he claimed? Cycling takes the spotlight in our countdown as we explore an incident involving Italian cyclist Vincenzo Nibali during the 2015 Vuelta a España. Nibali crashed during the race, but was caught trying to catch up with the peloton by holding onto one of his team's cars. This is a common practice among cyclists, but the footage suggested that Nibali was using it to gain an unfair advantage. Unsurprisingly, he was thrown out of the race. The question here is whether Nibali and his team believed they could get away with such a blatant infringement of the rules in the presence of cameras. Now we venture into the realm of America's favorite pastime, baseball, where we encounter a weather-related controversy. During a game between the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox, Yankees pitcher Michael Pineda used pine tar, a sticky substance, on his neck. Pine tar is often used to get a better grip on the ball, especially in cold weather. However, it is against the rules, and Pineda's use of pine tar did not go unnoticed. Red Sox manager John Farrell spotted the substance, and Pineda was ejected from the game and later suspended. The question here is whether Pineda's actions were an attempt to gain an unfair advantage or simply a response to the challenging weather conditions. In each of these cases, athletes attempted to gain an unfair advantage or bend the rules, only to be caught in the act by the watchful eyes of the cameras. The motivations behind their actions may vary, but the consequences of their decisions often result in suspensions, fines, and damage to their reputations. These stories serve as reminders of the importance of fair play, ethics, and the role of technology in upholding the integrity of sports.